Hello, Mr. 006. We're back for part 20 of I Want to Get Cultured 2. Last time I managed to clear out the boss rush, so complete the last two bosses, and yeah, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Apologies for probably the last time about what for me at least was much perceived frustration during the boss rush than anything else during this Let's Play. Again, not to the point where I'm just completely ranting and raving, or at least it didn't quite feel to that extreme, but yeah, I felt like I was getting, considerably more frustrated on that than anything else. But what can I say? I'm not really keen on 2 out of the 4 bosses in that boss rush, as being the Yellow Devil from I Don't Want to Be Anything and the I Want to Be the Justice Avoidance, for differing reasons. Basically, just feeling like I need to get very lucky on the Yellow Devil, in that he's got, like, including jumping, as I say, he's got like 5 different things he could do, and I feel like 2 of the moves are just really, really not fun or very difficult to avoid. And yeah, on the successful run, I got insanely lucky. I don't mind highlighting that fact. After he got down to about the last third of his health, where he's much more likely, I think it's like past maybe half his health or something, he's more likely to do the 2 attacks that I really don't like, so the blob on the ground and also that stupid fist slam into the floor. He doesn't seem to do those moves that often during the early part of the fight, or even maybe at all, I don't know, but or certainly less likely to do those anyway. But yeah, past about a third, or when he got down to about a third of his health, he did nothing but jump around. That was insanely nice of him, and yeah, I got really lucky on that. But other than that, yeah, a couple of moves in there that I really don't like, particularly the fist, which just seems absolutely unfair. And yeah, the Justice Avoidance one, well, I mean, what can I say? It's an avoidance. It doesn't go on as long as... Oh, sorry, it is longer than, like, Tear It or Meltdown, not as long as Wave, but Wave is far easier, and you've got 10 HP, so what can I say? Much of a difficulty in the Justice one feels like it's toward the end, and yeah, it just drags on and isn't especially fun. Also, God bless the charge shot for making the I Don't Want to Be Anything and the Metamorphosis bosses far easier. When I first played through this game, and I didn't complete all the challenges, because I pretty much gave up on Tear It, and then didn't bother to even try and clear Meltdown, I didn't have access to the upgraded blaster gun with the charge shot, so yeah, I managed to get through all that without access to the charge shot. Oh boy, never again. Anyway, enough of that. Let's finally move on to stage 6 and see what we're dealing with. So basically what I said I was going to do actually for the boss rush, which I didn't end up doing, just because the timings actually seemed to work out fairly intuitively obvious as to how they're going to work out, is yeah, I will actually be taking pauses after each stage is cleared here, because I say I don't plan to, unlike with a boss rush or bosses where it's far more liable to cut, I don't plan on cutting much material here, if at all, if I can help it, on these stages. So yeah, basically we've got 8 of them here that we're going to have to clear in order to get through stage 6. So 2 of these stages are actually from the entries or works by the 2 of the 3 creators from the game. The other ones are, I presume, the sort of yeah, let's just say entries or guest stages or other various collaborators on the game or whatever. So yeah, we've got 8 to get through, and yeah, we'll just try and make our way through. I'm actually going to, just to be slightly different, not just going to go from left to right or top to bottom. I'm actually going to work around on this like it would be with a knight on a chessboard. So this will be the first one I go to, and then this one down here will be the second one. Again, just to be different, a little bit different. B, there is actually another very good reason why I'm going to do that, which I will reveal or make known at the appropriate point. But yeah, we're just going to try and make our way through these stages, which for the most part are pretty fun. There are a couple here that I'm not that keen on. But yeah, we're just going to dive in to the first one, which is the one at the top left. This is Kadykunde stage. Apologies if I butchered the pronunciation of that name. Yeah, for the most part, this is a fun one. And yeah, we get well, here's our gimmick. So we just collected. I'll redo that. So we just collect a little gem here, and you can see that there's these sort of break apartable blocks. And the gem actually enables us. If I do it again, you see if we actually shoot, we get sort of flung to the ground. Yeah, and that will enable us to break apart the block. Here we've got one above our head, so you can probably guess what this one's going to do. This one gives us an additional sort of boost or jump or whatever, and that's how we clear that section. And the last one is we get a dash ability with this kind of like with the final ability, with the final icon. So that enables us, if we press the shoot button. Oh, I've gone through the gate now, so it's gone away. Oh well, good demonstration there. But yeah, that enables us to dash a little bit in a horizontal direction, and yeah, clear other long areas that we otherwise wouldn't be able to do. So yeah, the first screen obviously a bit of a gentle introduction to all the gimmicks, and now we're going to progress then I'm going to press through. So first thing I want to do on this one is go over to the right hand side and collect the jump boost ability in order to break apart the block that was above us on the ceiling. We don't need to move to either side because you'll see there a spike appears below us, so we need to, obviously that path is now completely cut off to us. So using the jump ability, we actually want to go over to the left hand side in order to collect the, wow, that was absolutely awful. Well, I guess we'll get to see it now, won't we? So yeah, first off over here, break apart through here. So yeah, we need to use the jump boost ability to get over here. Can't quite make that with a regular jump, double jump. I don't know if you could actually from the raised platform over there, but that would still be a hell of a jump to have to pull off. Not sure if it actually is possible. But anyway, go over there, collect the stomp ability, for want of a better phrase for what to call it. That's going to enable us to break apart blocks underneath our feet when we can actually get to that point. So careful over here now. Hopefully we won't mess up this manoeuvre. Which we have, fantastic. If you do mess up that manoeuvre by not getting enough height to actually reach the block, then you say you are pretty much done. There's, well, not pretty much. You are entirely done. There are 4 spikes, as you can see here below you. There is, and if you expended your double jump by that point in time, there is absolutely no way you're going to make it to safety. So yeah, break apart that one, and then I'm actually going to go back this way. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to have to go back this way because I just said the path below is cut off there. So don't go down through the mini spike weave. You'll find yourself absolutely stuffed. We're going to go over here, collect this dash ability. Be quick about actually using the dash ability once you've collected it. Obviously, again, there's spikes underfoot, and I'm going to need to rush, or as soon as you've collected that, pretty much dash to the right in order to get out down the spike weave, or mini spike. Well, I say weave, it's not that difficult really. But be careful here. So what I'm actually going to do is position myself in the middle of this block just to demonstrate how the length of this dash. So we break apart. Actually, probably wasn't a very good demonstration. Am I more in the middle there? Yeah, that looked a bit better and played into what I expected. So you can see I was on the middle of this sort of block here. If I dash, I end up sort of the middle of the block, 3 away from me. So that gives a good indication, provided I can obviously tell the width of the block, how far I'm going to dash to the right. So for example, to get to the safe spots above me here, I pretty much sort of want to be about here-ish when I actually make my dash. Because if I'm sort of if I sort of jump and double jump up here and dash, the likelihood is I'll land on the spike, the rightmost spike on the floor. So I do need to probably move, make a move a little bit over to the right in order to pull off that last little bit. That last little bit is kind of tricky. I failed there on not getting enough height, but what I'm always worried about, and what I always have been worried about whenever I've played this screen, is jumping too high and careering into the protruding spikes on the ceiling. That wasn't a very good attempt, but oh well. Well, it didn't look like a very good attempt, but no, I was unfortunately just too worried ultimately about the spikes on the ceiling there. But that is tricky to pull off. Probably the trickiest manoeuvre actually of this save or this screen. Always has me just ever so slightly nervous about it. I actually don't know if it's possible. I presume it possibly is to make it over to the. Yeah. Well, I assume I lost my double jump there, or that somehow I jumped too early. In fact, I'm not even going to bother doing that again. I don't know. To be honest, I feel like. I don't know whether that is actually easier to do that rather than do the bit at the top left again. There are a few, not that I don't think I've failed those ones very much at all, at least at this point in time, but there are a few manoeuvres up the top there which can be. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't get over there with this, but I mean, not saying that double spiked one is tricky, but getting up to the block to the left of me can be a little tricky with that horizontal facing spike. That manoeuvre, obviously, I'm clearly not timing very well either, so I don't necessarily fancy having to do that for a second time, but the manoeuvre I tried to pull off, where I dashed over to the right-hand side, maybe I was too close. Oh, apparently I can die on that as well. But either I can die by. I'm not quite sure what happened. Either I was too close to the right-hand edge of the block and lost my double jump when I jumped off, or I tried to jump too early after the dash. And lost the ability to double jump. I say, because I lost the ability to double jump at the end of the day in both scenarios, I'm not quite sure which one actually. That was awful. Could have saved that if I'd gone back further over the right, but dear. Not sure which one happened. Either way, it was incredibly messy and incredibly annoying to die that way. So, yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I think I'm probably actually just going to go to the left and do it that way. But it's definitely doable, let's put it that way. And it's probably the intended way you're supposed to do it, given you have the dash ability. But let's give that one more go. Okay. I don't know if I just made a meal of that or whether I just messed up horribly. It's definitely doable, clearly, so maybe I'll do it that way. Okay, got through that. Let's hope for no disasters there. There's obviously a little block here that you can dash through. Okay, cool. Didn't mess that up, and it messed up a bit at the top. Nice. Okay, that took a little bit longer than I ideally would have liked, but okay, it wasn't the disaster that I thought it might have turned out to be if I'd kept failing on it. Moving on to probably the trickiest screen or save, I think, in this whole section. I've got the dash ability here, and I just make sure. Yeah, let's not mess up and misremember what I've got. The ability I've got here. I mean, actually, are you kidding me? Was that first go? I don't believe it. That is one of those rare occasions where I've just cleared what I think to be probably the trickiest section in this entire area. That has got so many annoying manoeuvres. The dash jump through over the spikes there can be a little tricky to time out. I absolutely hate, by the way, the jump boost that you have to do, and then the double jump through that diagonal between the mini spike and the big spike on the floor toward the end. That can be a right pain because I never quite know. Unlike the horizontal dashing, for example, I do have much of a better idea about how far I'm going to dash horizontally. I never quite know how high I'm going to jump with the jump boost, and having to pull off and having to do that and then use a double jump once you've sort of come out of that jump boost to get through that diagonal was absolutely horrible. I can't even actually really, given it's now complete and I've got no way of going back to it, I can't even like show off some of the bits and pieces or talk about it all that much. But apologies for that. But I'm going to just celebrate the fact that I think I've just cleared one of the most tricky sections, or actually the trickiest section of this entire section that quickly. Apologies in some regards, but yeah, wow, that was incredible. Anyway, moving on. Is that correct? No, that is correct. Good. Still getting this. Yeah, I'm still getting lag here, which is very, very annoying. I don't know what we're going to have to. Well, I don't know what to do about it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to sort of just live with it. It's very, very annoying. It's not happening all the time, but it's happening on a far more consistent basis than it was during early game. I've no idea what's causing it. Apologies. This isn't how I want to be. Well, yeah, certainly not anything I want to be happening or showing up in the game, and yeah, certainly not. If it is making things easier, that's certainly not how I want to be clearing bits of this game. Let's put it that way. Well, I've probably got a bit ahead of myself now. But, I've done this wrong. Oh, fantastic. I got way ahead of myself there. Anyway, so the first thing you have to do here, and this is a perfect illustration actually, like I got way ahead of myself there. The first thing you have to do is go down here and get this stomp ability, break apart this one. Then you have to pull off a really, what I think is an annoying jump, because you can't make it over to that block over there on the left-hand side. It's just slightly too high out of reach. I don't know why I'm trying to shortcut this first manoeuvre, particularly since I'm getting this bloody lag or something. So let's go over there to the block in order to make that a little bit easier. But yeah, this manoeuvre here is just it feels like sometimes you get the height that I want in order to clear this, and other times no. But yeah, getting over there is a pain in the neck. But yeah, anyway, what I actually have to do first off is not get ahead of myself. I have to go over here first off and break apart these blocks. Maybe only one of them is necessary, but still, let's break apart both of them anyway. Yeah, with the jump boost ability, because what I did before was I just went straight to this area, collected the dash without having first broken apart those blocks at the top. So yeah, which was bad. And good, we got through that as well, which is really nice. Can I actually go back to the last screen? I can't, so apologies now, I can't actually show it off, but yeah. Initially what I did was I got too ahead of myself, went to got the dash ability without breaking apart the blocks above my head, and of course, having not done that, with the dash ability I had no way of doing it. So, yay. Anyway, thankfully I realised what I did wrong, I think, fairly quickly. and was able to correct it. So, moving on. So we're going to go down here first off. I'm sort of almost second guessing myself now as to whether I'm doing the right things all the time now. This must be correct. But yeah, go down the bottom there to collect the dash ability first off. Cool, nice. I think that's okay. Yep. I'm going to jump there and then dash through, just from the point of view of steadying myself a bit more. So then we're going to go over here and collect the jump boost ability. I'm going to be very careful not to break apart that block above my head. So because yeah, we're going to need that later on. So now, obviously, the first time we got to this area, I got through with the dash ability. Now, of course, I can't do that or make the jump over to the right-hand side. But obviously, with the extra jump boost, I can just land on the spike and completely fail it. Lovely. Yeah, it's just kind of a simple touch there. But I do actually kind of like the way. Whoops! I do like. Oh God! I don't need to do that now. I've broken apart that block. That was almost awful. I do like the way where you sort of come to an area for the second time, and you get through it in a different way. That's yeah. It's just really nice to be able to pull off certain manoeuvres in different ways. So again, be careful here. Up there, let's hopefully not fail this horribly this time. Oh my goodness, failed the cliff jump. Lovely. Anyway, with the jump boost ability, you can probably see that we're going to be heading up. That was awful, and I just timed that completely wrong. So yeah, we'll see. Well, hopefully we'll get to see not too short, too long. Why I need to keep the block, keep the block that I've been talking about still there. That's incredible. While I've sort of get up to that point again, or I've run out of necessary things to say at the beginning of this section, that is what I say, one of those absolute few examples where something turns out I actually complete something way quicker than expected, or a section that I was expecting to cause so much trouble didn't. The massive one example I can think of off the top of my head was the I want to be the Crimson. I need to probably do a boost first and then use the double jump. That would make that getting over that. I mean, I probably shouldn't have died there anyway, but that would probably make sticking that landing just a little bit easier. But yeah, the massive exception I can think, obviously, I want to be the Crimson screen in I Want to Kill the Chameleon 2, because as I say, that took me best part of I think it was 6 hours first time through, and it took barely 6 minutes when I did my Let's Play of it. So yeah, that was incredible that it went by that quickly, because it doesn't usually happen. Okay, so yeah, basically we can't really. There's no way we can get over all those spikes here, and of course if this block wasn't here, we wouldn't have anywhere safe to land on. So yeah, that's why I needed to be very careful to keep that block. I'm just going to do a few practice jumps here so I can just get a bit of a handle, hopefully, on how high I'm going to jump up, but still mess it up anyway. Fan-diddly-tastic. Well, wouldn't you know, it looks like this section, and like I say, not that this is straightforward by any stretch of the imagination. It's it looks like it's a fairly long screen. There are no there are no additional saves on the screen, so it's a clear it all in one go type thing. But yeah, I wouldn't say this is too difficult, or this particular section is getting too frustrating still at the moment, but it will do if I start doing stupid things like that, or getting again a long way through and then messing up. But yeah, I'm still just so happy that the section that I thought was going to cause all the problems didn't. So yay! I think both times both times I went through. First time and yeah, obviously which would have been blind. I didn't have any idea what was going on. But even second time, when I say I was doing the, why do I keep doing that? I keep jumping and double jump and using the boost ability in like next to each other. Obviously, and at that point in time, I'm not going to have my double jump left in order to pull off the manoeuvre. Why am I doing that? That's so dumb. Just stop doing that. It's like a panic reflex or something, to feeling like I've not maybe done the jump how I want to, and I'm trying to save myself or somehow reset myself, but that's never going to work, and I need to stop doing it. And I keep failing the bloody horizontal this dash here, getting in between those two horizontal spikes. It's getting a little bit irritating. Okay, now I'm starting to get just the teensiest bit frustrated with this. This is how long I thought that save that I did pretty much first go was going to take. I was not expecting, again, not to say to breeze through this, but I was not expecting this section to have taken that long. And to say, I've still, you know, even to the furthest point I've got. Oh no. Even to the furthest point I've got at the moment, I'm not still necessarily anywhere near clearing it. Right. I need to probably be further away from that spike. Yes, fine. Right, obviously then we can boost through or dash through there. That is not particularly nice. Obviously we can boost through there, and I did not mess up the gate jump at the end. Okay, fine. That was okay. If I'd messed up on that gate jump on the end, I think I would have screamed. That was a fairly nasty final manoeuvre, I have to say. Actually, I'm not terribly impressed with once you've, you know, having got through all the rest. That is something you have to pull off. Not terribly impressed with that gate jump there at the end that you have to pull off. I think you could have. I think there could have been a bit of a. Once you've got through everything else, you could have just had a bit of a gimme, or just, you know, completely to, you know, nothing really at the end there to have to contend with. That was has the potential to be rather nasty, and yeah, I'm just so glad I didn't mess it up. I've messed up there, and now I'm actually screwed because I can't get back up. Oh, well, it will at least give me the opportunity to talk about this screen. So the first thing I need to do is go over to the right-hand side of the screen and get the jump boost ability. We then have to, because we're using a double jump in order to get over those twin spikes, we have to use the ability at the bottom there to avoid obviously landing on the mini spike and the giant spike. You then have to go up here and collect the dash ability. If you do mess this up and fall down, then you are pretty much screwed, because yeah, with the no jump ability now, you've got no way of getting up again. So yeah, if I fall back down to where the save is now, for example, then yeah, I can't get back up because I needed the jump boost to get up there in the first place. Okay, good, I didn't mess that up. And that feels like a generous save, to be honest. I'm glad it's there, don't get me wrong. I think completing this whole screen in one go would be very nasty, but yeah, compared to, for example, the last screen, having a save there actually feels yeah, rather generous. But I'm not going to complain. Am I doing this completely wrong? I think I am. Yes, I need to... No, what? Yeah. No, I wasn't doing that completely wrong. I was just in the wrong place. So yeah, of course, there's nothing else I can do. I can't go over to the top right-hand side of the screen immediately. Oh, that was pretty... I don't want to even say clumsy, because it wasn't really clumsy on my part. It was just failing to appreciate... Yeah, more stupid than clumsy. Failing to appreciate what it is I actually need to do. So yeah, with the jump boost ability, I need to go over here and collect the stomp ability. So I'm going to try and position myself well here in between both these blocks so I can land safe here. I'm going to go over here. We're going to mess that jump up. Ah, dear. So yeah, I don't actually think, again, famous last words, I don't think this save is actually is too difficult. Although I think having to do it after, as I say, all the bits on the first part of the screen would be very nasty. So I'm definitely appreciative of that save. Yeah, at sort of the middle top there. I misaligned myself there. Fantastic. That was awful. It can be a little tricky, I guess, to land that that bit there. Also, getting this thing and getting out again is not the most straightforward thing, because you have to use the. In fact, I'm probably doing it all wrong. I don't know why I haven't been doing that. That would just make that manoeuvre considerably easier. I don't know what the hell I'm playing at. Oh boy. So yeah, getting past that mini spike there, and to the point where I still land on the platform. Obviously there are two spikes here. I don't know why the hell I wasn't doing that. That was just stupid. Yet again, on my part, that was, well, not stupid, but that was clumsy. But yeah, getting past the rightward mini spike there, but still landing on the ground, because obviously, as I say, there are two giant spikes below me. Can be a little tricky because there's yeah, not much room to work with there. So it should be fairly obvious. Just sort of line yourself up with the the cracks in the block at the bottom. Okay, good. Okay, good. Didn't mess up any of that. Good, fine. And we're on the last save. Good, fine. This yeah, I mean these stages do go by are not ridiculously long. I think most of them are about, I want to say, 5 or 6 screens long. But yeah, they can be tricky. So yeah, they do take, yeah, again, without taking an eon, hopefully, they do take a reasonable amount of time. I wouldn't say any of them are particularly straightforward or anything. Anyway, yeah, this is the last screen. You can tell by the flag at the bottom. I think I'm going the right way here. Yeah, the flag, which we'll see on pretty much all the... Got a jump boost here, haven't I? So I need to, yeah, not do anything there. No, I've got a dash ability here, haven't I? Okay, that was just all wrong. But never mind. I could have done that section on the top right there considerably easier, and I think I will do next go. But anyway, yeah, the flag at the bottom of the screen indicates the exit or the end of this stage. So yay, we've got this one last screen to do. Hopefully, it won't take too long. After a certain point, I don't think it sort of seems to get actually, I think, from memory, sort of easier to complete. So yeah, now I've got the dash. Let's make that a lot easier. But yeah, anyway, first thing we need to do is go to the top right and collect the dash ability. That was awful. What the hell was that? Oh. Basically, it's a convoluted path we need to take. You can see obviously that the flag is under the stomp blocks at the bottom, so we're going to need to get up the top there and collect the gem, which is going to enable us to stomp through the blocks. But yeah, we're going to have to go all around the houses in order to get. I could probably just make that jump even without the dash ability there. That was just pathetic. So yeah, anyway, get the dash ability at the top right, weave our way down to the bottom, and then weave our way through to the. Let's think how I want to play this. I'm going to use the boost ability at the end. Okay, I'm going to break that block apart first before doing anything else. Oh god, I used my jump and double jump there when I shouldn't have done. That was awful. I don't know why I did that. Okay, let's not mess up the last jump, please. Good, fine, we're done. And since there's no danger here, I can just sort of pause for the end of it. Yeah, so yeah, I've closed in got in the middle of that section. And thankfully, that last screen didn't take too long. I didn't think it was that tricky actually. But yeah, once you've got the jump boost ability on the right-hand side, make your way over to the left-hand side, break apart the blocks. That can be a little tricky, and I always like to do that in stages. So, for example, you saw me break apart the block and then not move to the little crevice on the right hand on the right wall there. I did it in stages. Just because I'm slightly worried about trying to move over to the right, missing it, and then not being able to get back to the left to safety. So I always like to do that. But then once you've got through the break apart of blocks, it's not too tricky at all to get up to the very top area, of course, with the boost to get the gem stomp ability. And then only the last little thing that you could mess up on is getting over those 2 spikes. There's you feel like you need to make a reasonably long jump, but again, you don't want to obviously be too low that you touch the 2 spikes on the floor, but equally you don't want to jump too soon, too high, and hit the horizontal facing spike on the left wall. That's always potentially liable to mess up on that. Yeah, I'm just so glad I didn't. We'll break apart the floor, and we'll collect the flag, and we'll complete the stage. And in doing so, we acquire 1/8 of the part of the puzzle. Yeah, this middle portrait fills up, and once we clear all 8, that picture will complete. And once we do that, that will be the end of the stage. But of course, I am a considerable way off that happening at the moment. We have only completed 1 out of the 8 stages, and yeah, I'll pause the recording. I'll make a judgment call based on how long the second stage goes, whether or not this will just be that video, whether that stage will just be this video, or there'll be another one coming as part of this video. Right, so moving on to stage 2, or the area 2. So I shouldn't call them stages, this stage as a whole, so we're just beating this one. And yeah, like I said, we're going to be going in a knight's pattern, not on a chessboard pattern, so we're going to be going over to the middle right for the second stage, which is Sephalos, and it is a Shovel Knight area, which ordinarily... Is that correct? Yes, I think it must be. Which ordinarily would be really, really pleasing to me. I do like my Shovel Knight. Yeah, well, I'm going to again sort of say up front in terms of predictions. This stage, this area, never seems to go very well for me. For whatever reason. I wouldn't exactly say anything here is too tricky, or the face of it looks too tricky, but never seem to have it. Never seem. The 2 times that I've got through this before, can't say I especially enjoyed myself either time. It was, yeah, things just did not seem to go very well at all. I should also point out as well that the music in the background, which is a sort of a rock remix of the, I think it must be the Plains, is kind of decent, but when you're in the middle of sort of, and again, and just based on this first minute, you can kind of see I'm having the problems I'm having. In terms, the music gets kind of frustrating. Please, no! There is another save point up there, so I'm relieved that there's not actually too much to do on this first save, because obviously I'm clearly already having a nightmare. On probably what could be the easiest bit. Oh, really? Well, he's hoping this actually isn't the easiest bit, and that I can do some other bits better than this. But yeah, the music, the sort of rock music again, I don't know, it just sort of, for some reason, just adds to the sort of the sense of frustration. There's nothing, there's nothing calming or in the background or whatever to sort of, just kind of relax to, that you can kind of just take your mind off. The bloody rock that's blaring just kind of just adds to the mood of not enjoying this or getting frustrated with this. I can't save yet. I didn't think I could save that over there, so you have to be pretty much touching the checkpoint poles. Thank you. Good grief. In order to get through this, but yeah, finally we get to see the gimmick, or the main gimmick in this area. We saw Mario come over there just to be a complete dick and ruin our day with the putting those spikes there, which means we can't. Oh no! Which means we can't land at the bottom there, so we have to land here instead. But yeah, the drill and obviously the text there tells us very helpfully what we're supposed to do with it. So yeah, we collect the drill upgrade, and that enables us to obviously fire a drill, which will break apart the. If you're familiar with Shovel Knight, you'll sort of recognise these kind of blocks as being the ones that Shovel Knight can pretty much just slash through with his shovel in order to break apart. As well, if you're not familiar with that or played the original game or anything, at least again the text sort of says where you should aim the drill. I mean, I'd like to think that even if you were completely stumped, that would be something that you would try doing. Yeah, it's nice at least I suppose to have the indication that that's what you're supposed to do. And yay, this first screen is going by atrociously. So yeah, use the drill on the breakup. Is that actually going to do it? I was slightly worried that. Oh my god, that was too high, and actually got rid of the block that was above me. If you call that, but yeah, I got rid of the block that I was standing on now, and yeah, lost my path upwards. Fantastic. Okay, good. We're done with that first screen. Oh boy, that last little bit. Yeah, use the drill. Obviously, don't use it too high. But yeah, use the drill on the break apart of block area. Be careful of the spike that's going to be revealed, which is why I came across like the first time I actually broke that apart. I did remember it was there, but I just held right a little bit too soon. And yeah, hopefully don't mess up on that final manoeuvre. Yay! Right, let's move on and hopefully do a bit better. So we're gonna mess up horribly again. I probably could have actually made it back up to that block, although I'm not necessarily convinced about that. But anyway, yeah, pick up the drill ability. Go over here to the right hand side and use the drill through that area. There's no ceiling to this screen, so yeah, break apart the blocks with the drill. You'll get the platform that rises up, and obviously use that platform to rise up to the top. I'm assuming, to be honest, that if I get up there, yeah, those spikes are going to go away. Otherwise, I just could not see how on earth you were going to do that. For this one, you're going to need to break apart the blocks on the floor as well, because I say there were 2 blocks. Yeah, there were 2 blocks on the floor that we need to break apart, and then just rush for the end. Yeah, we get that troll spike there, which chases after us. But provided you don't backtrack or move to the right, then you'll be absolutely fine. Wow, that screen, provided I don't mess up getting to the save. Yeah, good. That screen went by actually really, really well. Really happy with how that went. I should be shooting you. What am I doing? I've just messed this up completely from a timing perspective because, yeah. The amount of times I've done this, I feel like I actually have a fairly decent kind of idea of the timing and the patterns, where A, I need to be positioned on screen here in order to avoid everything, and yeah, basically we need to destroy that hammer bro. We also need to rush this section there because there's a spike that you saw appear at the very bottom, and yeah, if that wow, if that rises too much, then yeah, we're gonna have no safe space to land in order to pull off. Is it an F jump? Is it maybe not quite as bad as an F jump at the end there? But yeah, destroy it. Blah. Take out the hammer bro. It's not a hammer bro, is it? Sorry, it's Hammer Mario. That was awful. As quick as you can, so just to avoid having so many hammers on the screen. That was awful. I've lost the pattern now for how I should be doing this. I guess in theory I could actually be using charge shots on this thing. I've completely lost the pattern now as to where I need to move and where I need to be positioned to beat Hammer Bro Mario. I don't know why. I had it right pretty much, like, maybe not the first go I got there, but the second go felt pretty good, and now for some reason I've completely lost the positioning. I think that's correct, except I need to not jump there and try and rush. That was awful. I'm going to reset that. Jump for the drill bit quite so soon there. That was awful. What the hell? Why can I not remember the bloody pattern? I've done it now enough that I should be able to remember where to stand. Goodness me. Yeah, fine. That's what I should be doing. Yeah, anyway, yeah, you can see now, I'm a bit later actually. Last time I was ahead of that last hammer, and this time I'm behind it. But yeah, that's it's not as bad as an F jump. There's actually no way it's as bad as an F jump, thankfully. But yeah, that was awful, and I hate that jump. That bit feels like a cliff jump round a horizontal facing spike, and I don't like it one bit. I still cannot get that last bit sorted. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, yeah, once you collect the drill, obviously you need to use it to destroy the block. Okay, that's still, I'm not sure whether it's better or not. And I say I am definitely now behind this hammer, so I'm having to pull this off just a little bit cuter than I would have had to if I was a bit quicker. But I say I don't think it's still too bad. I still think you've got enough time to get by that. But yeah, then you get a really unfortunately annoying section here where I just want to rush through because yeah, I can't actually go back. But yeah, that bloody Hammer Bro Mario appears at the end, appears back at the top of the screen after a certain point in time when he's bounced past you. He'll then dash to the right. So yeah, almost the first available opportunity where there's a big 2-block gap on the floor. That's, I think, the opportunity. That's the point in time where you want to obviously wait till he keeps bouncing, get under him, and then rush to the right because he will then dash to the right and yeah, likely catch up with you. So yeah, can be a bit of a tricky section. I'm glad I pulled that off reasonably straightforwardly. Really, pulled off what is I'd say easily the most difficult manoeuvre on this screen. This weave and then the dip jump or double jump through this gate jump when I'm already travelling at a fair distance down. I'd like to. Okay, good. We don't have to do it anymore. And yeah, but that save there is very, very nice. But yeah, that first manoeuvre, honestly, or getting once you set off, getting to the safe ground, is, yeah, I'd say the most tricky bit of this of this screen. Not that this bit at the top here isn't a little bit tricky with these mini spikes. Again, actually, it's not a mini spike here that's causing me the problem, so never mind. But yeah, landing back here, a little bit tricky, and then yeah, getting the jump off of that bit perhaps shouldn't be that difficult, but. So anyway, we need to go up and get the drill ability. Wow. I don't think I can. Actually, yeah, I'm doing that naturally anyway, aren't I? When I can actually get up there and actually pull the thing off. Maybe that first bit isn't bad. Yeah, I'm single jumping. Yeah, I'm single jumping over to get to the drill, and then I'm obviously using my double jump to get out. So yeah, that's obviously definitely what you're going to have to do. But at the moment, I can't seem to pull off the second jump. So for example, most of the time, not all the time, but I'm at least, being able to pull off that jump to get up to the drill. But I'm not able to, for some reason, make the jump off to the right without hitting a spike, which is awful. Because I say it's the same position. So why can I pull that off, but not the other one? Yeah, I'm a bit confused. It's not like I'm going to get a different line either, because I'm not touching a wall or anything like that. So yeah, I'm a bit bemused, frankly, at the moment, why I can keep pulling off the first one, not the second one. You do have to make what I feel is a very long jump for this second manoeuvre. So landing there can be kind of tricky, and thankfully I pulled that off, and that wasn't too bad, thankfully. Yeah, that getting over those two mini spikes, it feels like it's a very long jump, but still not too bad. And yeah, you see the flag at the bottom there. So we are almost out. We've still got one last little slightly tricky section, although not so much really. I actually feel like, funnily enough, this last screen is... actually, I don't even know why I said it was really... Unless this becomes a nightmare, I'm not even sure why I said this last section is actually that tricky. I actually probably find... Dang it! That would have been so lovely. This last save, one of the easiest of the lot. I do have a fairly... What I like to feel is a fairly solid strategy for faking out this flying enemy, which I'm avoiding. Oh, bother! Because, say, that can be, or indeed is in your way quite a lot. So, yeah, I think I've got a very good... I keep messing up the final weave! I feel like I've got a very good strategy here for actually manoeuvring this flying thing completely out. Wow, okay, completely out of the way. So, rush at the beginning, sort of double jump over here to fake it out. Let's do that again, then. So, yeah, rush here, get to this point, double jump over there to fake it out, jump through, and then, yeah, the timing... Wow, the timing, at least on avoiding this bird or whatever the hell it is... what actually is it? I'm not even sure, looking at the sprite as I dive to it there. It almost looks like it's like the upgraded Black Knight. I don't think it is. And now I can't get the timing right to fake this thing out. Yeah, it's saying how I've got a decent strategy for avoiding this thing. It's not working out at the moment, but yay. And maybe this screen will end up being difficult. Again, famous last words. I think I've got a strategy for it. Think I can do it quite well, and then something happens. I completely lose my flow, and it ends up being difficult. I mean, to be honest, if I could have pulled off that last bloody weave, like one time out of about the 5 or 6 that I've got to it now, then we could have been done with this section ages ago, and I wouldn't have even needed to. But I can't do it. I can't do that final weave. I feel like I need to use a double jump initially just to avoid. Yeah, again, avoid the bloody thing that's coming flying at me. But yeah, man, this final weave is causing considerable problems at the moment. Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the actual final save isn't that difficult. Obviously, I say there was a save point just off that weave, which I'm incredibly relieved to see. Yeah, man, this weave is just not going well at all. I don't know whether I should change strategy here and try and do something to make. I don't even think I should. Honestly, because I think I'm going to have to use a double jump there anyway. After I've got through the gate jump, so. I don't think that's even yeah. There's no point. I don't think me changing my strategy, frankly, for this bit here in terms of when I'm jumping, what I'm doing. I just need to pull off the weave. And thankfully, I need to pull it off once. Yay! At the moment, well, this is going to be. This looks like it could be the thing that's going to take the longest then, because I cannot do this weave, and it's getting irritating. I don't know what I'm really, what else I can frankly do, what I'm really doing wrong, but yeah, I guess we're just going to have to persevere with it and hopefully pull it off, in not too distant future. But I mean, obviously, not having a double jump to get through the last little bit is irritating. Yeah, I mean, the spikes are just perhaps a little bit closer together than I'd ideally like. Thank you, goodness me, that was horrible. And once you get the save, thankfully the flying bird, as I say, for the same save, it just kind of hovers up there at the top, not doing anything. But yeah, if you actually die, then or reset or whatever, then it goes away completely. So yeah, we don't have to worry about the flying bird or whatever the hell the thing is anymore. Anyway, go over to the right-hand side, collect this. Collect the drill bit. I'm sincerely hoping this last bit doesn't take too long, or doesn't end up being that tricky. But after my performance on the top bit of the screen, who knows? Yeah, pay attention to the height of the blocks over there above the flag as well. So yeah, it's definitely the when you're sort of breaking apart in this area here, it's the highest of the two. Good, and mess that up, because that could be a tricky jump. It's definitely the highest of the two. In that area below that you want to aim for. Obviously you want to keep the blocks on the floor there. I think there might be spikes under there as well. Not sure, but anyway. But the main point is the blocks that were above the flag here, you definitely want to break those apart. So, yeah, apart from that slight mess up or nightmare, probably wasn't so bad as I say as a nightmare, but yeah, apart from that slightly frustrating bit at the top of the last screen, and indeed the very first save, that actually didn't go by so bad at all. I'm actually pretty pleased with how that went, all things considered. Usually I had a lot more trouble with that Sephalos Shovel Knight section, so yeah, that actually wasn't so bad. Yay! 2 out of 8 done.